Next, can you speak on the recent discoveries underneath the pyramids in Egypt?
Certainly. Keep in mind, what has been discovered underneath the pyramids will not be the only discovered. As this technology is utilized during the evaluation of other ancient sites, you will find additional structures. Keep in mind that when we talk about the inner earth, there are certain dimensions of inner earth that are extra dimensional. It's like the astral plane, what you call that imagination realm, but physicalized, occupying a type of in-between multi-dimensional space. There are other dimensions of inner earth that represent the previous civilizations that your civilization is literally built on top of. You must remember that just like a snake, the earth sheds its skin. So one generation is upon the next, upon the next, upon the next, upon the next. So the earth grows and consumes literally the previous civilizations, and the earth in that way cycles the upper layers of its surface, and it pulls those older civilizations down, and it breaks down many of the remnants of certain civilizations and the evidences of their presence. But there are certain structures that are made to withstand this process. There are certain civilizational lineages that built their technologies and their temples and their cities in such a way that they are immune to this process. These are the ancient civilizations that went through an ascension. Not all members of the society ascended, but many of them did. Those that remained traveled throughout the planet, sharing their ways, sharing their methods with the other factions of the population globally, whom were perhaps less advanced or had less of these ascension-based and technological opportunities. So, the technologies that are being detected, the structures that are being detected beneath the Great Pyramid, these are technological structural remnants of the civilization that shared information, energy, technology, and understandings with the ancient beings that you call the ancient Egyptians, whom occupied the lands of Chem. Keep in mind, Atlantis, before the fall, sent people out to the many corners of the earth to transmit information, energy, and knowledge, and to also spread the Atlantean culture. Atlantis had the capacity that you call the capacity of aviation. They were able, through their technologies, to create things similar to airplanes, to create things similar to what you call spacecraft. These craft had the ability to travel within physical reality, but they also possessed the ability to shift their frequency, bringing them into other dimensional forms of expression. This allowed for the Atlanteans to be spacefaring. It also allowed for them to be able to travel throughout the air. But Atlantis also utilized these transmedium vehicles to be able to descend deep into the earth. And they utilized a variety of different underground networks and tunnels to actually go into the planet. Once inside the planet, they worked with the species much older than them. These are hybrid species. Many of them resemble what you now understand to be extraterrestrial beings. Some of them appear in the form, in the manner that is similar to what you call the Greys. Some of them appear in the form, in the manner that is similar to what you call reptilians. The Atlantean beings were able to make contact with many of these species. They were able to form alliances with these species. They formed bases and colonies within the earth, and they were able to make contact not just with some of these exotic forms of ancient species, but other variations of humanity whom, instead of traveling to the surface, colonizing and occupying the surface, remained deep in the earth. Some of the original Garden of Edens were not on your planet's surface. Many of them were lunar, and many of them exist within the inner Earth matrix. So you have some versions of humanity that came out of the Earth and occupied the surface, but you have other factions of humanity that remained within the Earth. So the Atlanteans were able to make contact with both of them, both of these groups, through their ability to descend into the Earth, and of course through their ability to fly and travel from one location to another. So you are finding evidence of civilizations much older, and you will find evidence for technologies that currently surpass what you think is possible. How you interpret all of that, this will be up to your scientists and their ability to make sense of what they're seeing. But nevertheless, these are some of the things that shall be revealed, not just with Egypt, but with other locations as well. Eyes on Turkey in terms of what is beneath the earth.